So here in Jeremiah 20, when the priest Pashur, son of Immer, the chief officer in the temple of the Lord, heard Jeremiah prophesying these things, he had Jeremiah the prophet beaten and put in the stocks at the upper gate of Benjamin at the Lord's temple. You will remember sometimes Jesus says, how did your fathers, how did your ancestors treat the prophets? They beat them, they killed them. And in some of the parables are about how God sends messengers to his people and the people abuse them. In one of the parables, the people actually kill, they beat them and they kill one of them. This is how the prophets are treated. This is how people are often treated when they speak the truth. So Jeremiah has become a prisoner. But it's interesting to see how he reacts to that, because, you know, the saints in Scripture, including the prophets like Jeremiah, they're not like the prayer cards from the 19th century where you see these airbrushed figures who are looking heavenward. They're real people, and so are the saints in the communion of saints, but we tend to think of them as being these airbrushed icons. But Jeremiah is a real man. And he has felt obligated to speak the truth to God's people, and it's not going well. He's been beaten and he's been thrown in prison. Well, not only that, he can't stop because this is his vocation. Whenever I speak, I cry out proclaiming violence and destruction, so the word of the Lord has brought me insult and reproach all day long. But if I say I will not mention him or speak anymore in his name, his word is in my heart like a fire shut up in my bones. I am weary of holding it in. Indeed, I cannot. In my case, I knew I had a vocation to show business or to communicating through language when I couldn't hold down a day job. No matter what I did, I had to somehow be communicating through acting or writing, or in this case, teaching. I had to be doing something, bringing the words to flesh. I couldn't do anything else. This is how Jeremiah feels. He wants to shut up. Things would be better for him if he shut up. But it becomes like a fire in his breast. And yet, how's he feeling? Does he like being assaulted and being made prisoner for speaking the words God is asking him to speak, for expressing the fire in his heart? How does he feel? Cursed be the day I was born. May the day my mother bore me not be blessed. Cursed be the man who brought my father the news, who made him very glad, saying, a child is born to you, a son. May that man be like the towns the Lord overthrew without pity. May he hear wailing in the morning, a battle cry at noon, for he did not kill me in the womb. With my mother as my grave, her womb enlarged forever. Why did I ever come out of the womb to see trouble and sorrow and to end my days in shame? Everybody, I think, feels low at some point in his or her life. Sometimes I think teenagers more than others, and sometimes I think teenagers who are sensitive and intelligent or religious more than others, perhaps. But imagine this. Cursed be the day I was born. Why did I not die in my mother's womb? Cursed be the day my father was told that he had a son and it was good news to him. Jonah feels this way, and there are a few other characters in Scripture. Job at one point feels this way and longs for death. Now, if you ever feel this bad, you need to reach out to people. You need to talk to your parents or a priest or someone you can trust or a therapist. Don't keep it bottled up inside. But don't think that it means you're a sinner. If the heroes of the Old Testament can say, "Cursed be the day I was born. Why did you ever make me, God? I wish I could shut up, but you won't let me. You burn like a fire in my heart. I wish I was dead. I wish I'd never been born." It's even worse. This is real life. This is how people feel. I have been on The Journey Home, which is a program on EWTN, where they talk to people who have converted to the Catholic faith. I've been on that show 5 times, I think, or more. And the host of that show, Marcus Grodi, wrote some books that I recorded the audio versions of. And he wrote books because he would talk to people on TV about how they became Catholic, and they would never completely bare their souls. They would never talk about the moment when things were darkest, the moment when maybe they didn't even want to exist. So he wrote books in which he put his character through that, because sometimes people go through that. But again, you have to reach out. And seriously, if you ever get that low, you call a suicide prevention hotline or you talk to somebody. But the point I'm trying to make is, even Jeremiah felt like that. Jonah, Job. This is not a feeling alien to the human race. This feeling of abandonment, this feeling of despair and dread. Even Jesus on the cross said, my God, why have you forsaken me or abandoned me?" Now, here's your homework. I'm not going to go over the other readings today because I've spent so much time on this. Say something in your comment about how the gospel ties into the reading from Jeremiah and how the second epistle of John sounds a lot like the first. What in the second epistle of John is echoed that was originally in the first? This is a totally different letter from John, a letter to some woman. We don't know exactly who he's writing to, but that's your assignment. Those are your 2 things. How does the gospel tie into Jeremiah? And how does 2 John tie into 1 John? This is life, you know? And I think the more we realize how real it is, the more we can deal with difficulties when they come to us.